Suburban Hunt 365. We are headed into the mountains. We're going to come see the family, but especially what we're getting into is, we got Miss Ashley and Chaka the dog with us too.
Hello. Chaka's over here.
We're going to go see Grizzly Adams. We're going to get into some mushroom inoculations for shiitake mushrooms. And not what else. There's tons of stuff. Adam's a great guy. We're going to have a fun time. Get over here about 30 minutes from him, and we'll go into what we're going to get into and have a lot of fun with it. So, Jersey Dave, Miss Ashley, Chaka the dog. Ow. Intro, baby. You all right? You ready?
No, I'm not ready.
Suburban Hunt 365. We made it up here. My man, Grizzly Adams. My brother from my other mother. Known each other for years. What we do is what he does, but he does it better than I do.
That's not true.
So it is very true. He's brought us up here today for, what are we doing today?
We're inoculating mushroom logs.
Mushroom logs, okay. What kind of log is this?
These are red maple.
And it makes a difference for what we're going to do?
No, longevity of the logs is really all that matters.
Oh, okay.
So we usually do white oak, which holds the bark longer. And these don't hold the bark as long, maybe 2 years, where the white oak will hold them for 4 to 5 years. So you see the next stack of logs, all most of those are white oak.
Oh, okay. That's a big difference.
Yeah, you see the difference.
Yeah, you're showing us that to get them smooth like this, I guess before you got to get them down to this, then drill them.
Yeah, get the less contaminants on them.
Less contaminants. All right, so he takes this wire brush and scrubs the tip out of this thing. And that takes all that old junk off. You cut all these from up here?
Mm-hmm, right on the mountain side. We cut them all to fit a certain size for something called forcing. And we force the logs.
Uh-huh.
You wanna?
Nah, you go ahead.
So what we usually do is we do a pattern, usually about 4 to 5 inches apart, and then we stagger it. So usually just... It's a very tedious process.
I mean, it isn't like it's a hard process.
No.
Almost like going to the dentist, I guess.
So it goes in so far.
Is that a certain size?
Yeah.
You like to use?
Yeah, because once
we... a quarter?
No, it's so once you drill them, we'll say this one's not done yet, but you go through and use a plug, and you plug them.
Where did you get this tool from?
You just order it online, any mushroom distributor. Just plug them.
Has it got the mushroom in this?
I'll show you with the bag in a second what it looks like. And the company there, because I make their own YouTube videos too. The mushroom growing bag, so it lets air out and not in. So it shows you the company, the stock, the name, the brand. That's the brand I'm using.
This is shiitake. Now, what does something like this normally cost to get a brick like that?
$25. Yeah. And that company, and then once it gets ready to fruit, that's what we eat. It's like the last cycle of the mushroom. It doesn't die, it just keeps growing within the wood until it completely exhausts the food source.
How long does it take for it to produce its first round of shrooms?
Depends on the conditions of the environment, the type of mushroom, log. These, since they're oyster mushrooms, probably next year.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the, like Combs tooth, lion's mane, reishi, 2 to 3 years sometimes.
Okay.
Before they even just come out.
And what about your shiitakes?
About a year.
Okay.
We'll take it to our growing area here in a minute so you can see what they look like after a year and after we stack them. There's probably mushrooms growing there right now.
Because yours at your own place, though, you've been running those for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I skipped last year. Didn't even do any. I just did them all for Jeff.
Okay.
And this year I'm trying to get back on my own so I can have some just different variety. Like we have so many shiitake here that you want something different. And I'll show you what we do, how we force them. We force the mushroom to come out. And it's only with forcible mushrooms like oysters, shiitake, stuff like that. Those lion's mane, they will not force.
No, they take time.
So see what we do. Hot wax. Just kind of dab your holes. And this seals in moisture and keeps contaminants out.
But the mushrooms will grow through that eventually?
Yeah, you want them to grow into the log. So what you're doing is the log is the food source of the mushroom. So once they deplete all their food source, they'll die off. But they'll live in this log for years to come. As long as you don't let it dry completely out.
So say it goes its cycle. It goes to a year, 2 years. You get your mushrooms. You pick your mushrooms off this log. How long will it take before they to reproduce again?
6 weeks, maybe less.
So
Depending on the type of mushroom.
And the weather too.
Yeah,
right?
so like those lion's mane, they only come out once a year, maybe twice. That's it, then they're gone. But the other, like the shiitakes, they just keep rotating through. You may flush a set, and next week they may come back out.
We gotta get some for Chef Mike. We're gonna set Chef Mike up.
It's usually like a 3-person job is perfect.
You probably could knock a bunch of them out like that.
Oh yeah, me.
Make for sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
You just.
It's all about moisture control. And keeping out other types of mushrooms, fungus, bacteria.
Now, do you have to do this more often on the ends as it's...
Never again.
Never again. So once you set it up like this...
You leave it. Just set it and leave it.
Let Mother Nature start doing her thing.
Mm-hmm. And any places you cut the tree, like tree limbs and stuff like that, where you cut a tree limb and there'll be a knob, you want to make sure you coat that with wax too.
I saw that.
So basically, the wax is acting like the bark.
Gotcha. Keeping that moisture in. That's a log.
That's a log.
That's a log. All right.
And keep going.
Yeah, I bet your fella you work for, he digs that.
All this? Oh God, yeah, they love it. Well, we all love fresh food. So.
Yes, we all do love fresh food.
Yeah, we'll go up and see where we let them sit for a year and call it our log yard.
Okay. Growth of the shroom world, right?
Yep.
All right.
Come on, Paul Walker. Changes them. Makes them kind of, see they pull in the water.
Oh, yeah.
You just set them on the counter on a paper towel and they'll dry out. See how I was talking about the turkey tail?
Ah, yeah.
These were last year's, or year before last, sorry.
Yeah, they're looking a little older. They just run their course or they'll still put out again?
Oh no, they'll keep putting out for years and years and years.
Okay.
Oh, I had to figure out a way to label them, so I did the yellow.
Paint scheme.
Yeah, yellow for lion yellow, and red for comb tooth. So the lion.
Is that the shape of a comb tooth? Is this what we see?
No, it's just some funky mushroom growing on them. Like I said, like there's different.
Oh, it's turkey tail.
Yeah, there's different turkey tails growing all over these things. There's plenty of shiitakes if y'all want to mess for dinner.
I will take a few, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, they got plenty.
Yeah, those are pretty. Like, so you can tell the water difference.
Yeah, the water makes them, too much water, they'll pop.
I got you.
Yeah, so where we had so much rain. Some of them are better in the winter, some are better in the spring.
All right, that's the next thing we're going to teach everybody as we keep growing forward. Mr. Grizzly Adams, he's going to teach me this.
Yeah. So don't, like I said, the shiitakes, they'll fruit almost all year long. But this is called pinning when they first start coming out. So that's called pinning. They first started coming out, and then you have one that's fully open like these. And the gills are all the way open. Yeah. The cap is opened all the way up, and the gills are open. So A lot of people like to get them when they're a little younger.
Tender regions?
Yeah, tender and not as strong. But they're everywhere. Every time I turn around,
Just popping.
they're everywhere. So that's an old one. See what it looks like once it all comes out. Let the coons get them. The way up. See, the cap is still partly closed.
Like a local breed.
So all the logs are cut in a certain length. So they need to build
Fit
fit
in that tub. Okay.
This is a forcing chamber.
So if I was to get, say, some fresh logs from you and brought them home, would it be wise for me to submerge them?
No, it's take a year, about a year. You need to let them sit for a year. Like all these have been here for years.
Yes.
Some 4 or 5 years. You put them in this, submerged in water for 24 hours, bring them out within 7 days. They'll start to have a bunch of mushrooms coming
After
out.
a year.
Yeah, after a year.
Well, after their first production.
Yeah, their first year. You'll see them start coming out. Whenever you start seeing the mushrooms come out, they're ready. You can force them.
Okay.
So, until then, I wouldn't waste your time.
Well, I wish I could force my mother-in-law to leave my house.
You need love, Grammy.
Look, it's been a minute since we got the logs to the house, got them situated. I think we did all of this 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So these are mine at the house down here at the back of my property. My man, Grizzly Adams, Big Adam, said make sure it's down here by the creek, kind of like how his is over in the mountains. So we're gonna keep running them. He says 6 months to a year. It's not even been 3 months. The wind, we did have them set up and they kind of blew over, which is okay. He said it's all right. It'll all inoculate. It all should take off. So these are shiitake logs. Stay with us as it grows, it produces. Watch the video. Get into this with us. It's fun stuff. Suburban Hunt 365. Man, it's hot out here today.
I'm going inside.